Hi guys. So it's funny how it's been 8 years since Yolanda, and I do not see any type of transformative leadership that had happened there. If not for the side of the Duterte administration and President Duterte himself, who was practically the star of the Yolanda relief efforts. Because it was back then that I realized that Davao City really swooped in place everything that the national government was not capable of. Sadly, to me at that time, I did not see that President Duterte, back then he was mayor, could be president. There was no indication, except that it looked to me that it was, oh yeah, okay, so Davao City, the Davao City mayor is a badass. You know, he swept in, he was there, he brought all of his team, and he brought the help without his name on it, without his face on it, because he just showed up for the people of Tacloban. And to me, that was like a precursor to seeing how transformative leadership really does get the job done. And it's funny that while everybody is posting about these commemoration videos and posts about what had happened in Yolanda, Leni Robredo chooses to dance quite awkwardly with the now Pink Lawan version of an artista. No offense meant to the social media personality she chose to be with, because of course we all need to make money during the pandemic. And I'm pretty sure that it was a calculated move to choose a popular YouTuber, to choose a popular social media star. But I want to remind people to choose influencers and choose people in media to inspire people, normal people like me, to be closer to the government and be proactive towards the government. I'd like to see candidates vying for office pick people with integrity, with sincere intentions of transforming the Philippines, not just for a certain paycheck. Because that's the reason why I don't want to be referred to as either a vlogger or a blogger. I don't want to be referred to as an influencer, because it has become so tainted and so insincere. Yolanda was a very devastating time for the Philippines. And it's ironic that Leni Robredo doesn't want to talk about that, because she wasn't the star, and neither was her ilk, which happened to be sitting in the national government back then. The star of Yolanda and rehabilitation in getting shit done was the Davao City government, and then Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And funny enough, my dad. 8 years ago, since I couldn't and wasn't allowed to fly to Tacloban, my dad went instead. So there was a branch of the company that he was working for, and it was devastated too. So he had to go and rescue the people working there and bring aid and help and and basically bring them back to Cebu City from Tacloban. So my dad back then, he was vice president of this company, and he brought help to the people. But aside from that, he also extended help to a devastated community near the branch that he was visiting. And he brought the generators out so that he could help and send aid. So that the reality of that is, Yolanda to me was a reminder that normal people like me can take part in nation building, in getting the message across that we must take part. But that's the thing though, because it can never now be used by the Pink Lawans, because they were absolutely useless and of no merit during that time. When the Filipinos needed the national government, it was absent. And I just want to remind everyone now that if you remember every single tragedy that happened, even before the pandemic, the national government was present. The national government showed up. And that's what made me viral last year and changed my life forever, was because I answered. After 5 years, I finally answered. Why the hell would you look for a president and make nasaan ang Pangulo trending for absolutely nothing? Because before you looked for him, his people were there. It's not the same as when it was the Pinklawans in power, because they're the last ones to arrive. This time around, the Philippine government is present. And only you shitheads seem to pretend to be blind and not see them. So again, I have nothing against Leni Robredo choosing an artista to get her ratings up a little bit. But might I suggest having an actual conversation on how the youth can actively participate in nation building and in a better Philippines and in the protection of the integrity of social media stars. Let's start with that. Ingat! Mwah!